Okay, let's call the Personnel Committee meeting to order. Clerk, can you take attendance?
Alderman Schmidt?
Here.
Alderman Tom Grady?
Here.
Alderman Ted Grady?
Here.
Alderman Rapella?
Here.
Alderman Nichols?
Here.
Alderman Eisenach?
Here.
Alderman Sevenick?
Here.
Alderman Hammond?
Here.
Mayor Marcus? All are present.
No.
I saw Haley telling her, so that's, I was waiting to catch that one, I'm just kidding. All right, thank you. Anyone? Oh, yes, we do have public comments. It's limited to 5 minutes, Kate, so I don't know if there's anybody from the public that would like to speak.
I'll pass.
All righty. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the minutes. Alderman Nichols?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Move to approve the Personnel Committee meeting minutes from September 6th, 2022.
Do we have a second?
Second.
We got a motion by Alderman Nichols and a second by Alderman Schmidt. Any questions on the minutes? Alderman Nichols?
Thank you. I would like to provide a correction and request that these minutes, along with any moving forward, list Mayor Marcus under present as part of the committee.
Oh, okay, yeah, because he is. So that makes sense.
And then that will help any members reading the minutes understand why the votes add up to
Could be.
9 instead of 8.
Right, yep.
Thank you.
How many years did it take for that to finally get changed?
Oh, I don't think it's been years. It hasn't been years.
No, maybe not, okay.
It's just been like a few.
Okay. Any other corrections, changes? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed, nays? Minutes are passed, approved. One discussion action item tonight. It's the cost of living for the 4% for the non-representative employees, which are the non-union employees. It's not the fire or the police department. Is the mayor or is it Kimberly going to speak on this? Or Jennifer? I don't. Okay, before we get enlightened on this, Alderman Sevenick.
So just for some clarification, to me, this should have been brought to us back in October or earlier because we just approved it. So despite what we decide to do here, we may be giving, if someone wants to change that, we may be giving Jennifer a whole lot more work to do. So the budget already, and correct me if I'm wrong, already had the living adjustment added to it. So really, we made that decision before actually creating the policy to make that decision. I'm just making my point again.
No, that is a good point too, because it's kind of a mute point for us to be doing this right now if something happens from this or whatever. But Mayor, do you want to elaborate on that or anything? Or
I guess this is the process we've used for a number of years. So if you would like us to bring this the week before the budget, we can do that in the future.
Yes, it should. It should come before.
Well, it would not be able to come before you get your budget book because
It should be while you're making your budget. I'm sorry, can I be on? So it should be during the budget process within your staff that you get the direction from the council first, and then if that's approved, then you can put it into your budget that gets brought
So
to us.
this is typically one of the very last things we do based on levy limits. So I wouldn't likely be able to have you in August say we'd like to have this as a cost of living because we may not be able to fit it in the budget.
And just to make my point, just last month, you asked for salary increases of 3 employees out of the blue that we did too, so that wasn't a budgetary item. But anyways, I'm not here to.
Regardless,
I
if
just
you would
want to
like
make
it, if you'd like
my
it
point.
before though, we can definitely bring it before we start discussing the budget. Typically, we've discussed it during the HR portion, and we kind of didn't really discuss it that much this time, so.
Right, and you know, we all have seen the emails that went back and forth, and we know what Nina gave, and we know what Appleton gave, and Fox Crossing, and whatever. It's already in the budget. I don't want to waste a whole lot of time on this. I think an increase is earned. I'm just not happy with the process that we went through, especially with giving employees increases before this. I'm not sure if they're also going to get 4% on top of it. I would assume they would be. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I would like to make a motion that we have a 2023 cost living adjustment of 4% for our non-represented employees.
Do we have a second? We have a motion by Alderman Sevenick and a second by Alderman Hammond. Further questions? Alderman Rapella?
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor. Thank you.
You just got a promotion.
Yeah, you got a promotion without a pay raise, though.
Okay, you're done for the night. You're not dressed properly. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah. You know, I appreciate what Alderman Sevenick had mentioned, and I know that I'm the one who cut everything out of the paper, the increase to Appleton, the increase to Nina. And one thing that I do have a difficult choice is, we treat our police and fire very, very highly, and they signed some contracts for 2.5%. Tim, I don't know what yours was, 1%. And we value their efforts that they do, and they're even working on getting the camper out of the Warsaw on 8th Street. But we gave them those type of raises, and now we're going to give a 4% raise. And not that it's not deserved, but everybody deserves a 10% raise. We got money coming out of the, growing from trees. We can just tax the people, that's fine. But I don't know if it's, Appleton had 5%, Nina had 3.5%. Both cities are larger than ours. We do have a challenged community as far as 60% low income or 60% that transient population. And so I don't know if 4% is what we should be doing. I can easily see 3% or 3.5% because to keep it with Nina. I still feel bad for the police and the fire department because their pay raises are, as Tim put up one finger, and it was a one, not this finger, and the fire is like 2.5%. So I really wouldn't want this to be 4%. As much as I appreciate the efforts, and I'm not going to single out individuals, but they know they got gold stars eventually at different times. But I don't think it's necessary to give them a 4% pay raise when it should be 3.5% and or 3. I'm looking for a second.
We're not making a motion. It's already been made and already seconded. You're just speaking your,
Oh, then I'm not done
Point.
yet.
Your point of view.
My point of view. Well, it's disappointing that we have the fire department and the police with such a small pay raise. So,
Alderman Rapella, those are union people represented by unions, and their pay scale is a little bit different than our non-represented employees in the city of Menasha, but well taken.
thank you.
Alderman Nichols.
Thank you. There is a request to have this be effective December 25th of 2022, which was not included in the motion. So before I offer an amendment, who here can address the question of the date of why we're asking it to be effective December 25th of 2022? Mayor? Or,
How the payroll falls, but,
Apparently, well, I can address it. So this is the first day of a payroll. Otherwise, if we would do it on January 1st, we would have two different hourly rates within one payroll week. So this just makes things more uniform when we're doing payroll.
thank you. I knew that was the case, I just wanted that to be
it's a
communicated.
26 pay periods, right?
No, it's the weeks. So we have 2-week
Okay.
payroll. So if we do January 1st, we would have a portion of the payroll at the old rate and a portion of the payroll at the new rate.
Okay.
So this is the first day of that 2-week payroll, is what that's for. Does that make
So-
sense?
Yes, I understood that, I just wanted that explained
Date.
for the question, to answer that question, why an effective date prior to 2023. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to amend the motion that's on the floor.
All right.
To include and to make effective December 25th, 2022.
Okay, second?
And then I do have one more.
Go ahead. You have a question? Should we vote on the amendment first?
You can vote on the amendment first.
Okay. Clerk, can we have a roll call? You want to do voice? Okay. We'll just vote. A nay or a yay? Alderman, oh, you want me to name them?
On the amendment.
On just the amendment?
All in favor signify by saying
Oh, okay, we'll do it that way. Okay. All of in favor signify by saying aye.
aye.
Any opposed?
Nay.
Okay, we'll call a vote.
Well, I have a question on the motion as amendment now.
Okay. Don't we have to pass it or not pass it?
I thought we just did.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I thought we just voted on the amendment,
So-
I'm sorry.
That was only the
Yeah, right.
So
But just wait a minute, though.
Oh,
Mayor,
So typically, if it's unanimous, we just accept the voice vote. If it's not unanimous, then we would either do a roll call vote or we'd call the roll individually so that we
That's up to
can,
the individual who votes that way, they can ask for,
typically, we've done that just so it's recorded. But if Ted doesn't want to, I guess he doesn't have to.
he rules it unless.
But that's typically what we've done.
Unless Randy wants his vote recorded, he could,
do you want your votes
anyone else
recorded?
that might have said.
Then I'm against the 4% rate pay
That's
raise?
not what the motion was. The
Oh.
motion was
No.
the amendment.
The
The
25th.
date, just the date. Do you want that official
And
record?
I'll pull a Austin and I'll change my vote.
No, no,
to
no,
say
no,
yes.
no, no. You can vote no, but we don't have to take an
No, I'll
official
vote yes
vote.
on this one, to have the date the 25th. It is Christmas, by the way, so. All right,
Okay. So
it's
the
8-0.
the amendment passes. All right. Alderman Sevenick.
No, Alderman Nichols still.
Oh, that's right, I'm sorry. Your light is on, I'm sorry. Go
no
ahead.
problem. Thank you. And just to address the question of process, I know we've had this conversation in the past. It seems like a formality at this point because we already passed the budget. We approved the budget for 2023. So there may not be an answer to this question tonight, but is it possible, is it necessary to move this through Personnel Committee? Could we instead simply have this motion at the Common Council level
During the
when
budget
we,
session?
when we
budget.
approve the annual budget? And there may not be an answer to that question tonight, but maybe it's something we can look into.
Yeah, that's not a bad point. Avoid
Thanks.
some confusion, so. All right, Alderman Sevenick.
Thank you.
I just want to kind of piggyback on what Alderman Rapella was saying. He makes very good points, especially with the fact that our non-union people, or excuse me, our union folks have been working really well with us to keep costs down. And they did that this last time around by the percentages that we agreed to. And I agree with what he's saying on that. That's a very good and valid point. If we had, and Jennifer, you got better have your calculator, or Craig, 'cause I'm going to ask you a question here that I'm not sure if you can answer or not. But let's say Alderman Rapella's motion of 3.5% would have went through, how much of a savings would have that been?
I do know that for every percent, the effect to the general fund is about 230,000.
Okay, so you're probably
bit.
looking at 115. No, a half a
For-
percent.
Every
Yeah.
1%, yes. So the total of the 230,000, the effect to the general fund, the 4%.
Okay,
So it'd be
so,
a little less than that,
all right.
230.
So I just wanted,
Jennifer, 230 is the entire 4%, right?
That's what I thought, too.
that's what I was thinking.
Oh, right, correct, my apologies.
Yeah, so I'm asking,
Yes.
I'm sorry, maybe I didn't frame my question
No, you did.
properly.
There was,
What it would be a half a percent off of the 4% would that savings been? Because I didn't think it was 100, because if that would have been the case, I probably would have seconded his motion.
Divide by 8.
230 divided by 4 times 0.5, right?
28,000.
Yeah.
So I would rather have our employees, non-represented employees, feel good about an increase that they've earned and deserve than being concerned about 28,000. Now, here's my point. You guys are going to know where I'm going. That's the point I was trying to get with the salary study, because it was 30,000, and my feeling was, I was thinking about the 3.5. But, I look at what the other communities are doing, and I think it's well earned. I mean, what has been the cost of living? It's double that. So I guess this is a fair way of doing it. But had I had, the support of the study, I mean, I wouldn't have had no problem making this motion, but I did anyways because I'm willing to move on. So, thank you.
Okay. Oh, we got to vote on the original motion with this, so.
I did already.
Motion carries
Ebenezer, no.
8-1.
Okay, with that, no further business. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any negative nays? We are adjourned. Thank you.